Du, 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 du. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Silverhair Alone Show. So, daylight savings time. I am missing my hour of sleep. And I didn't sleep all that good last night. You know why? Because the movie Elvis didn't win enough awards last night. I'm just kidding. My wife watches that. You didn't sleep good either, Deb? 2 peas in a pod, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's like my brain wouldn't shut off thinking about thinking about stuff. I don't know why it does that every once in a while. Just be like 2 o'clock in the morning and you're awake. And you're just sitting there thinking about stuff. And because you're like not completely awake, it's like weird. A lot of times negativity. But then there's the morning show to pep everybody back up. Peppy Pepperson. So we just got Sadie and Deb. Who else we got? Well, it says we got 6 watching. So I'll post a link in the chat if anybody else wants to come in and chat a moment or two. I don't know where Tom is. He's probably still in bed. He probably forgot to set his clock back. I suppose that's true. I don't work out hard. I did get on the treadmill yesterday. Da, 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 da.
Good
Here's
morning.
Tom.
Good morning, Todd. Good morning, everybody in the chat. I'm running just a wee behind this morning. My big behind is running a little bit wee behind today.
Well, it's turned daylight savings, so I understand.
No, I just was preoccupied with something else. And then I realized everything started chiming for 9 o'clock. And I had
So, I'm not OCD about my stuff, but your box behind you turned sideways for the last couple of weeks has been bugging me. No, you don't have to fix it. Hadn't even got anything in it.
that's an empty one, so it goes that away.
Oh.
I think I started to I was going to turn all the empty ones up on their side like that, but I just never got around to finishing it. Good morning, Deb.
I mean, you're always Mr. Neat as a pin perfect, and I'm like,
I'm not worried about that this morning.
a junk pile up on top of a trash heap. But yeah.
Did you have a good weekend?
Oh, it's renaming it for me. Okay, that's kind of scary.
Good enough.
I hear you.
What's scary?
Do what?
Roberta's scared of something?
We're converting to OneDrive.
They're converting. She wakes up this morning. She sits down at her desk to start working. and they've changed their
Sure.
storage drive to another storage drive, and it's the shared drive, and it's just irritating her this morning because now
Well,
she'll start getting all these emails from people who haven't read their emails and saying, what happened to the such and such data? So she won't get anything done today for answering emails. I got a question. Is anybody in the chat right now selling on Etsy?
yeah. Or does anybody in the chat room have stock in
SVB.
Silicon Valley Bank?
Well, how can it-
Okay, Deb, did you get an?
Yeah.
I was looking. I just saw the thumbnail of another person's video, and I haven't watched the video. And apparently, Etsy used SVB to manage their banking, and there's going to be a delay in people getting paid. Did you get an email about that?
Silicone? You wouldn't buy anything that started with silicone?
Like that's if that's the case, them girls that come to visit you on Friday nights won't they won't be able to come visit you anymore. Yes, my payment is still delayed, but no email. I get paid weekly. Okay. Well, like I said, I haven't looked at the email. I'm in the video. If it's over on CN, not CN Save, it used to be that, and Eckhart's channel. I haven't looked at it. But being that I simpleton that I am, I'm pretty sure they probably had another bank account set up by Friday night.
Joe Biden. He's lying. He always
Joe
lies.
Biden just got off TV telling us everything is fine. It's all fine.
Lags Bank is the super safe crypto bank. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason my opinion is they switched to another account, so all fresh money is going into it, and they're just going to have to eat their profits to make sure everybody gets paid. So if the investors are just going to have to get stuck. But
I think the biggest thing.
24K says, I only have one bank account. My wife put all the money in her bras and then gives me an allowance.
There you go.
I
think the big worry is not just this bank. It's like this is the understand the third bank, and
I think SVP was the second bank. Signature or something like that is the third one.
And there's worries throughout the whole economic system. Stock market's down and supposed to go down some more today, and gold and silver went up this morning quite a bit. Silver's up 4.5% this morning. Whenever people jump into safe havens like precious metals, there's some pretty heavy duty worries going on.
Yeah.
Gold is nearly back to $1,900. It's almost there. Crazy times we're living in. Let's see, what's cryptos doing? Bitcoin.
Well, the first bank that went out was because of crypto. They were so heavily invested in that bank, that crypto that went out of business,
Oh yeah.
and so it took them out. Plus, with the collapse of the other cryptocurrency.
Yeah, Bitcoin, it went up some last week. It's kind of steady now. It's gone up a little bit this morning. But yeah. Y'all missed what?
Buying
Oh,
the gold and silver.
What did China just do? I haven't heard anything about what China just did. Dollar will be worthless in 10 years.
Well, it's like this: if the U.S. dollar is worthless, then the rest of the world will be devastated too, because the American dollar is what buys all of this useless crap from made all over the world. The $1,000 pocketbooks that cost $25 in China, where it's made, and people will not be able to afford the oil that comes from the Middle East to drive cars. So everybody needs to get on their knees and pray that the good old USA, the assholes they are, don't go bust, because we will take the world down with us.
Shoot. Saudi Arabia is going to rule the world in the near future, I think. But China is a backer. Aramco just posted, which is the largest oil producer. Is it in the world or just the Middle East? Anyway, Aramco just posted the highest profits of any oil company ever.
You know, all it's going to take is a cheap generator, or some kind of electrical device to create electricity, and it would destroy a whole industry.
Yeah, we got enough oil in the United States so we can produce what we need.
Yeah.
But that's not the worry, Sadie. The worry is the dollar will lose its trading power as the world's reserve currency.
It's I think I'm gonna plant a garden this year.
Get you a chicken coop and a garden. A couple of goats.
Nah, no goats.
You're gonna run out of milk then, because garden doesn't produce milk.
Yeah, it does. Soy milk.
Oh,
The soybeans.
uh,
I just, yeah, that's it. Good morning, Mike.
but yes, we're not at shit hit the fan yet, but the world's not in as good a shape as it was just like 3 years ago.
Well,
As far
apparently
as
we have a glut in
Americans,
houses now.
a what?
We have a glut of new houses that were built during the when everybody was building houses because they could get a third more for it. Now that the interest rates went up, it's just killing the housing market. So it's going to be a case where you'll be able to buy a pretty nice house for a bargain.
I wonder how
Like
much the rise in interest rates had in the effect of that bank collapse.
I don't
It
know.
has to have a major part of it. When Saddam wanted to sell oil in another currency, he died. When Gaddafi wanted to sell in another currency, he died. When Chavez
Yeah.
wanted, what are we gonna? We're gonna kill all the Saudis and take their oil.
See, if you people that had got off your ass and voted for Hillary, we would not have this problem because these people would have already got depressed and shot themselves 3 times in the head.
Prospective or perspective? Yeah, it depends on how you look at it.
But if you can, even with the interest rates going up, if you can if you can get a good deal on a house, which you probably will be pretty soon, it's probably going to all come out in the wash if you can get the loan. Yeah, if the U.S. goes under, Mr. Sadie, I agree. If the U.S. goes under, everybody else is going to go under too, because there won't be any money. The idiot Americans buying all this crap from all over the place. The oil, the useless 2-cent dollar pieces of plastic from Dollar Tree, that kind of stuff.
Mexico ain't that rich. We still got people pouring across the borders.
Yeah, well, they're just so violent down there that nobody wants to live there. Well, what about crypto? What's it backed by? Nothing. Nothing. How many people lost billions of dollars, or how many billions was lost when that cryptocurrency company went busted?
Quite a bit.
Nothing has value. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing, not nothing as in, this coffee cup has a 10-cent value, maybe 2-cent value. But when you have something that doesn't exist, you have no value. I have 24K. Who's Tom Brady? The football player?
Lag. What's more important, what Tom Brady said or what the Bible says? Uh, yep.
Well, China is having its own little issues.
I don't know about that, Sadie. You don't think gold will still be valuable if the dollar collapses?
And this it says, can you eat gold bars? A pint of vodka will be worth more than a bar of gold will be.
Yep. So yeah, gold has had value for 5,000 years. I don't think it's going to stop. The dollar's only been around. In the form it's in, you could say that the dollar's only been around since we went off the gold standard. What was that, 64? Nixon
I thought
years?
we went off the gold standard in the 70s.
I don't remember. Look at Lag's statement.
Goldschlager.
I think he's from Jersey. You guys?
Did you guys eat down at? Sorry, I mean it's all this stuff's in the news.
Yeah.
On top of that, the Elvis movie didn't win many awards last night.
No. Who won the best picture of the year?
It was something I'd never even heard of.
That's the usual case.
I thought it was pretty cool. You know that little kid from Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Lamb Chop or whatever they call him.
Yeah.
Um,
Short round.
Short round. He won Best Supporting Actor last night.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yeah, that was the name of that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I just pulled it up.
I never even heard of it. I guess I'll get some box office views for that movie now.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it either.
I saw where Mark Dice went on talking about the wokeness in the ceremony. We won't go into that, but I'll have to go watch Mark Dice later.
Avatar: The Way of the Water didn't win, or Top Gun: Maverick didn't win. Jeez, man, they had a bunch of nominations this year, and those are the only two I've heard. Well, besides Elvis, those are the only three I've heard of out of all of them. But you know, when I used to do trailer checking, there would be a lot of movies that they would have trailers on that would never even make it to DVD. It would never go into the screens. It would never go into DVD. They would just
365 Days of Silver. So I have a silver report to give.
okay.
Silver took a big jump this morning. And I decided just yesterday I better get a little more silver. So I bought 20 silver eagles from Hero Bullion. I ordered it. I got a mail in the check today in this envelope. So you see this silver eagle? Can you see it?
I see a coin, but I don't see no eagle.
Well, it's
Oh, there it is over there.
It's called
Okay.
the eagle's on the reverse.
Okay.
Anyway, you see that price?
$29.53.
I ordered the same coins yesterday for $28.15. This one company went up Um,
$1.
$1.38 from yesterday to today. So, yeah, gold and silver. I mean, that's just a micro example, but yeah, I'm not going to quit believing that gold and silver are going to hold their value even as the dollar collapses.
Yeah.
Print more money than Hasbro and the yeah.
Somebody needs to create a good game. The world economy.
Is it Hasbro that's got Monopoly? I thought that was Parker
Yeah.
Brothers.
No, it's the brothers.
They've probably printed more money than anybody. Oh, what's Platinum doing? Oh, he's showing a Platinum watch.
No, Hasbro owns it because Hasbro bought Parker Brothers.
Oh, okay, so Hasbro owns Parker Brothers. That's believable.
Okay, because I googled it, and it said Hasbro acquired Parker Brothers. On the connection to this game must have originally started off being called the Landlord's Game or something like that. Anyway, that made me think of somewhere around here. I have the Trailer Park Tycoon game, which is a card game, and excuse me, it's not like a card game. It was a video game, and you had to worry about stuff like tornadoes, hurricanes, people stacking putting too many cars up on blocks in the front yard. I mean, it wasn't a very PC game, but it was fun as hell. And the name of the game was the change. You would end up, start off with this rundown mobile home park with raggedy trailers, and you were trying to build it up to where it was a nice park. You had paved roads and underground utilities and double wides instead of single wides, that kind of thing. Lots of fun.
Everyone's favorite board game. I don't know.
Easy Money. Does anybody remember that one? Easy Money.
My favorite board game is poker. But
Yeah.
I guess that's not a board game. But how much tangible goods can you hold, James? That's the question. What type of tangible goods?
Are you
Conspiracy
kidding, Mike?
theorist.
I live with a conspiracy theorist right over there. I can't see her because of her monitors are sitting so high, but she probably just shot the bird at me. It's EASY money, not easy. But hey, go with it. And they say you can make a board game out of out of a stripper theme game out of that name. It's just going to be a bad situation if it gets worse. my son came in last night. He went out, filled up his car with gas so he wouldn't have to stop today on the way to work. And he is bitching because there was gas is back up to $2.39 down here.
You mean 3
Yeah, $3.39 down here.
Dun, dun, dun. We're all strippers when we get in the shower. But don't strippers have to have an audience? Dun, dun.
Oh no, they took it away.
What?
Oh,
Sorry, I had an alert on my phone and I was looking to see what it was.
it sucks.
You know, and this my baby cat Cole, you can't go any place in this house without him right behind you. But you know, we've been looking around for a car for my son, and car dealerships still do not have a lot of cars on the lot. I mean, we have a dealership here in town called Town and Country Town and Country Ford, and they're like the biggest in the Carolinas, and they have squat on their lot. The Toyota dealerships, we have one of the. I mean, they say they're the largest retailer in the Southeast, and they don't have any Toyotas. Not that they've been selling them all; they just don't have any to sell.
You got a 4Runner? Those are neat. Neat cars.
Buddy I had in high school, he was gifted a Caprice from his daddy. That sucker was a tank. You could put about a dozen skinny ass teenagers in that thing. It was a good car though. It cost him nothing. He was wanting a new one, and his dad said if he's gonna buy a new car, he's gonna buy it for his mom, and he could drive hers.
All right. Stock markets are open. Let's see how bad the bleeding is. Yeah, not horrible. It's down a little bit.
My
Look at the week on the stock market.
yeah.
7 days of stock market. How about a month? There's a month. How about 3 months? Still red. How about 6 months? Still red. Oh. Getting ugly now. The year to date. Oh, that's 1 year. Still down. 2 years.
Hey, JoJo.
Still down. 5 years. Oh, finally hit a green chart. Stocks are worth more than they were 5 years ago. So the time to buy stocks was at the bottom of the COVID crash, I guess. Anyway,
You're a heathen, 24K. You're supposed to spend money. You're supposed to borrow money to make money. And I'm being sarcastic. I figure you have one of those black Amex cards with no limit.
no limit. Ronald Reagan he was good with the business stuff, but he still spent a lot of money. So, yeah, Ronald Reagan spent more on the military than
Ronald was after Mr. Carter, wasn't he?
Yep.
And since we haven't had a day of mourning, I'm assuming Mr. Carter is still surviving because they moved him into hospice care.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan spent a lot of money on military, and we weren't even in a big war then. Afghanistan hadn't started, and the Gulf Wars hadn't started.
We were getting ready to, though. Wasn't that the Iraqi situation? Or was that Iran?
Iran, the hostages.
Yeah.
And sure, he was instrumental in bringing down the Iron Curtain, but now we're back at it. Tensions with Russia.
It's just going to be.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter's still alive. Was he 96, 97?
Yeah, my dad was in hospice
He's been
care for his latter days, and he just after he went on hospice care, he went downhill fast.
Yeah. I've always heard that 24K. I kind of think Reagan would have won anyway. Jimmy Carter just inherited a blown up economy.
Yeah, and and they don't take that in effect. What's going on with the president before them? Where if the economy was headed down, it takes a while to turn an economy around as big as the U.S. is.
Yeah. And the Fed back then raised interest rates to what? 17%?
Yeah.
But the difference then was there weren't any huge bubbles. So raising interest rates worked. It it slowed the economy and got it turned around. This go around with raising interest rates isn't going to work like that because the price of houses and such. All right, stock market's down hard, and boom, gold went over 1,900 an ounce. Da, da, da.
Boy, that looks like disco lights flashing between the red, white, and green.
Well, it updates every tenth of a second or
Well,
something.
I know that, but I'm just going by, the flashy lights. Woot, woot.
$1,900 an ounce for gold.
Yeah, at least Mr. Carter can be satisfied knowing that he will go down. He has been moved off of the worst president, the worst modern day president list to the second worst.
And silver just screamed past $21 an ounce, and now it's $21.64. Silver's up 6% for the day. That's keeping up with inflation, folks. A 1 day 6% jump. Boom. Wonder if the price of that Silver Eagle changed. Let's see if Hero Bullion is keeping up with the price jump. Yeah. Okay, check this out. Let me screen share again.
No, lag. I said, yeah, but the economy was good, lag, from our former president. It was moving up. And
So,
also, it don't matter who the president was. And I'll have to say this: with 2 years of nothing going on, the economy is going to go into the toilet.
check this out. 20 minutes ago, their price for this coin was $29.53. It went up 77 cents in the
Throw
last 20 minutes.
throw the link in the chat for Scott.
Okay.
Please.
I thought I had already.
Scott, put on a shirt.
He's too lazy to go back up.
Well, he didn't say
Chat
to. I
find
just
it.
said I saw him commenting there saying good morning.
He's probably still sleepy. He lost an hour's sleep last night. There's the link anyway.
Are you kidding? And did you see where the governor of California is breaking business relations with what's the pharmacy we just quit doing business with
I
because
gotta
we had to
take this
change?
call.
Express Scripts?
No, the out here on the corner.
Rite Aid?
Right? No,
Packers?
no.
Walmart?
Walgreens. They're breaking relations with Walgreens because they want to offer the abortion pill. Yeah, Walgreens. Thank you, Anissa. Start showing a hostile relationship. There's probably some people that's balancing the books right now to say, if we pull out of Wachovia, what's our loss? I mean, out of Wachovia, out of California, what's our losses going to be? I mean, and they have hundreds of branches. I don't remember how many they said they had, but they've got hundreds. But then again, as y'all know, I'm a real butthole, and I would pull my company out of there just for that gun principle of it. Yeah, it's a lot. And they're in the toilet as they are, so God love them. And do we have anybody that's in California that's being affected by all this flooding and whatnot out there? Anybody know? Because they're apparently taking a beating out there. I know Chick Picker has a daughter that lives out there, but I don't know if she's being affected by it. I have too many tabs open. Yeah. Silver Hudson says that all banks are insolvent when it comes to producing everyone's cash at once. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. People are doing a run on cash at the smaller banks. And I was watching a thing on the news last night, which, the news is always correct. And they said that, if no bank has enough cash on hand to return everybody's deposits. Even when times are good, they don't have enough.
Who was it talking? Somebody was talking this weekend. They went to the bank to get $1,000 cash out of the ATM, and the ATM didn't have enough money in it to do it. Da, 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 da. 24K. How you doing? Well, there he is, but I can't hear him.
I'm just here for a quick auction.
Oh. All right. Let me.
Okay. Now, before you start auctioning, that Todd gets 20% of the selling price because it's his channel, and I get 10% because I have to sit through the auction.
How about you get 40% if you sell it?
That's all right. That looks like a very expensive watch.
We always have it's a special. We're having March is Teachers Day or something, right?
It's women's week a month.
There you go. It's
March.
There you
March Madness.
Can you see? It's a platinum watch with the. Can you see the silver sun that's coming out of it?
Yeah.
That's gorgeous for a woman. It'll brighten up your day every day.
$20,000.
It's platinum and gold.
Why would you make the back of a watch so pretty? It's always going to be facing your hairy wrist.
Yeah.
Well, that's why these watches are so expensive. It's because they're the back of it, the movement is handmade. That's why Rolexes don't have a clear case back, is because they're not handmade. They're not hand finished. They're just automated. Yet people are paying crazy money for it because they know how to market it. But these watches, they're actually handmade. So the finishing on it is what's really gorgeous. I mean, you could see that they even use a gold rotor in it.
Yeah. I like the ones where you can see the movements in it, even when you look through the face. It makes it hard to tell the time, but I like those because those look really.
Yeah,
Well,
those skeleton watches. Yeah.
Look, the sad thing is, when it comes to these watches, is a lot of people will go out and buy a Rolex. You know, a stainless steel Rolex would cost you more money than this. Where this is a platinum watch, that the maker has been there for over 200 years, so he has more history than even Rolex. Handmade, hand finished, a gold rotor, and yet people are still going to Rolex because that's what everybody says that you should be buying. You know how much I bought this for?
No clue.
I got it for $8,000.
And
$8,000.
today's value?
What a bargain!
Okay, well, okay, let me explain it in another way. It retailed for $65,000. So the person who actually bought it for the first time bought it for $65,000.
Wow.
I bought it for $8,000. If you can find me any Rolex for $8,000, let's talk. And I'm talking, this is a platinum watch.
Yep.
You're buying, and this is a Ulysses, this is a Ulysses Nardin. So it's a very high end, very high, watch. Whereas the other ones that you're buying and you're paying all this silly money for is just marketing.
Does it keep good time?
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Back in the 80s, when I was doing a lot of scuba diver, there's several men that had these Rolex diver watches.
Yeah.
And those things were, those things were expensive.
Not really.
Well, back in those days it was. And when you're young and somebody says, $10,000 for a watch, that's expensive.
What I'm trying to say to you is this. All the Rolexes that I've ever bought are free. I've never paid for any of my Rolexes. They're all free. And what I mean by saying that they're all free is I bought a Rolex Hulk when it came out 12 years ago or 15 years ago. It was $6,500 or $7,000. I sold that watch for $24,000. And I ended up buying another one, same watch, but for $12,000. So in actuality, I've never paid for the watch.
Right.
Otherwise, I wouldn't buy more than one watch. It'd be stupid. Actually, I wouldn't buy a watch. I would use my phone. But they're free. I mean, a lot of people will say to me, hey, why do you buy expensive? Because they're free. Your Casio that's on your hand costs more than my watch. Because this one is free. I will turn this around and I've already sold, like before. So it's already free. Even if I sold it to you for $100, I'm still making money.
Right.
Otherwise, you should only really buy one watch, as if you want to. When you get, for the longest time, my collection was one or two watches, and it was basically what my dad gave me. You would never go out and pay with your hard-earned money, but then when you start buying them and selling them, and you see that you're making money off of it, and then at the same time, I see every car that I've ever bought, I actually end up selling 5 years later, 6 years, for nothing.
Right.
So then it just clicked in my mind. I'd rather spend the money on a watch than a car, because I can always get my money back on a car, on a watch, but not on a car. It was just like that.
The Rolex Hulk, they're pretty watches.
Yeah.
25,999. That's a little bit. 24,999. That's a little bit out of my bracket, but
yeah, but I bought mine for $6,800.
And this is a real Rolex. It doesn't have two X's on the end of it.
No. But Tom, I bought mine for $6,500 or $800.
Where did you buy a watch like that at that price?
Oh, I just bought it when okay. See the price that you're looking at right now? That's
Yeah.
that's the secondary market. That's a used price. The retail price for a Hulk right now is $9,400. If you go to the Rolex dealer and you have a relationship with them, it's actually $9,400. But used, they're selling it for 25.
Yeah.
And the reason being is that if you don't have a relationship with Rolex, if you go in, they'll tell you, oh, there's a wait list of 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Sadie, I actually do have, hold on. I have, Sadie, I've got something right here for you. You ready for this? Sadie's going to love this. See, Sadie? Look at this. Can you see that?
Yes, I do see it.
That's Donald Duck. Do you see Donald Duck?
Yep.
I thought it was Mickey, but yeah, I see the duck.
That's a Seiko automatic from like the 70s with Donald Duck on it. I have one with Donald Duck and one with Mickey Mouse. I'm actually just fixing it and to give it to my 12-year-old. I've had this for the longest time.
When you say automatic, that's self-winding?
Yeah, self-winding. So basically you don't need to ever put batteries in it.
Right.
But what the heck? The stock market just turned around big time. Now it's up.
Kent, it's not that Rolex has no inventory. They do have inventory, but what they've been doing is the last 3-4 years, they've been holding back on it because they've actually come out now and said that their authorized dealers will start selling used watches. So basically what they want to do is they want to say that, listen, we're only charging 9,000. It's the second market that's charging. They want to get in on that. So it's kind of like a shady business practice. And by the way, I don't know if any of you guys know this, but Rolex is not a company. It's a non-for-profit organization.
Well, that's interesting. Valerie just responded back to me because I asked her if the kids in Cali were being affected by the rain. She said yes. Wait a minute. Yes, but they are okay. Sorry to change the subject there, but I'm old and I'll forget.
So basically what Rolex did was they started to reduce the market share. And one of the other reasons why they did that is they started then selling Tudor. If you guys have seen Tudor recently, where Tudor would sell 5 to 6 years ago for $1,000. Now they're selling these for $7,000, $8,000, $6,000. And the reason why they can do this is because you can't get a Submariner now from Rolex except for 25, where before it was 9.
Right.
So what they're actually doing is they're really selling now more Tudors. And like I said, it's a non-for-profit, and both of them are the same company.
That's a nice looking watch too.
It's actually one of my favorite watches. I wear it all the time. But this watch cost me about $4,000, 35. It shouldn't have cost me more than 1,000. But they just started pumping up prices, so now everybody's in on the Dan Doodle. And if you think that Rolex is doing crazy stuff, all you have to do is go look at Richard Mille. Richard Mille is a company that introduced itself 10 years ago. And when they had an interview with them and they said, you know, you're coming into a watch market that's heavy, that's hard to get into. And all he said was, I'm going to create a watch that's so expensive that not anyone can buy it. And they said, you know, okay, what movement? I don't care what the movement is. I'm just going to make it so expensive that no one else can buy it. And he did that. And now people are going around paying $100, $200, $1 million for a watch that he doesn't even make his own movements. At the beginning, he was collecting it from other people. And instead of me giving you a leather or a gold band, he gives you spandex from your underwear and says that's your watch band. And it's $1 million. It's crazy. I would never have bought a Richard Mille.
I like simplistic looking watches, simple and elegant. I don't like these that look like, you know, they should be worn by a pimp. Or they've got such a big case on them because I have a small arm. So You know, it looks like I'm wearing I'm a 10-year-old wearing my daddy's watch. But yeah, there are there's like we talked about the other day, the one where you're just holding it for the next generation. You know,
Yeah, that's a Patek Philippe.
yeah, I like those. I like a lot of their watches, and you don't see them advertised everywhere. Yeah, can't. You're true. I mean, that's true. But there's a lot of people who have these watches that
But even the Pateks, if you looked again 10 years ago, you could pick up a nice old Patek for about $5, $6, $7, $8,000. Now you can't pick one up for less than 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. And it's all because people are speculating. The same people that got into Bitcoin think they can make money now off of watches, just like they thought they could make money off of cars.
yeah, Mr. Sadie is super woke. Can't. Yeah, they're nice. There's some nice watches out there. Then there are some that are so ugly that people are just saying, "Look at me."
The watches that sell for the most money are the ugly watches, by the way.
Yeah,
It's the watches that came out, nobody bought them, so there's not that many of them out. 10 years later, people start thinking, oh, that's a cool looking watch. I want one. And because they didn't like them when they first came out, it becomes very expensive. But that's how it is in a lot of things, bags, clothes.
Right. Well, like the Rolex Hulk. The person that owns that more than likely has several other watches, because that would be a watch that you would wear in a specific, when you're dressed a specific way, you know, because it's
Oh, no.
green.
No, I wore that. I wore that as a daily. It goes well with jeans. It goes well with a suit. It goes well with almost anything. And I agree with you, but I looked at it differently. That green is, first of all, it's the color of the flag of Saudi, but
Right.
it's money. So if it wasn't for you, you could always get the Batman, which is blue and black, or you could get the Pepsi, which is blue and red,
Yeah.
or you could get the Coke, which is black and red. You can get a root beer. You can get a Starbucks.
It's just like I said, everybody's got their own style. Everybody likes certain things in a certain style of watch. I just don't like the big bulky watches, even though they cost a lot of money and they look good. I just don't. And Texas Bandit, I believe you said that was a Bolivia watch, not a Bulova that you lost in the hayfield.
No, he said Bulova. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this guy tried to sell me some watches one time, and it was a Rolex, ROLEXX, and a Bolivia, not Bulova.
Oh, okay.
I said, no, I'll pass. Oh, that's a nice looking watch.
You like that?
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar. That's the Pablo watch right there.
That's the Pablo Escobar. It's an Audemars Piguet. It's an AP. Look how thin it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I like those kind of watches.
Yeah, this is classy, 70s, elegance. It's got like a 1920 vibe to it.
Yeah, kind of like
very thin,
Deco type style.
Yep. And then look at that. Look how they've done the gold in it. It's amazing.
But yeah, that's the kind of watches I like. Yeah, even good. I mean, if it's a good watch, it's going to cost Mr. Mr. Sadie.
Yeah, that'd look good on your hands, Sadie.
Todd, I can barely hear you.
What?
I can barely hear you.
Why? Let's see. Check my audio. My audio's up. Could
Is
be
that a Russian
this.
coin?
Gold.
Yeah, I know it's gold, but it said CP on it.
Y'all remember this? You boycotted it.
What was that? The Olympics?
Yeah, the Olympics.
Can you hear me better now?
Just a little bit.
Well, it's about time to shut the show down anyway. As soon as 24K gets through with show and tell. Thank you for bringing your nice things to the class to show.
Good morning, Maggie.
You get an A minus. Yeah, he's showing off some gold.
That's a pretty coin.
And it's worth more today than it was yesterday.
But will it be there tomorrow?
You never know.
Oh, that's the queen. Hello. Hello, Canada.
Golden watches.
You want to see a pretty coin?
Sure.
I think the back of this is one of the prettiest coins I've ever seen, or that I have actually. It's all the flowers of Canada.
Wow.
It's probably not coming out clear here, but it's just gorgeous.
You can tell it's flowers, but you can't really see the detail because of just the.
It's just, I mean, in real life, it's just all the different flowers of Canada. It's really gorgeous.
That's a really nice coin.
Texas Bandit, you own a combine and cultivators? You must be rich.
Years ago, there was a guy out in the country of South Carolina, and he had a big old big tractor, and I bet his cultivators were 40 feet wide. They would fold up twice on each side. And he got out of farming and made all his money breaking up people's land. Those are nice bars. Mr. Sadie, you might make more money off of those tomatoes by the next show. You might make more money off those tomatoes and corn.
Oh, Sadie,
They will
it's
all
2020.
go.
It's 2023. Don't be selling no tomatoes, man. Get eggs. Eggs are supposed to be the hot thing now. Eggs and onions. Apparently, in the Philippines, it's $100 for a kilo of onions.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on in the Philippines, but I'm about to start traveling with a couple of bags of onions now.
Sir, do you mind opening up your carry-on? What is in there?
20 kilos of onions. Give me my $2,000.
They'll confiscate it because you're bringing in farm produce.
Wait, Tom, it's actually, I mean, I'm not joking. If you go look up onions in the Philippines, bridesmaids were using flower arrangements made out of onions because it was so expensive.
Dang.
They didn't plan enough, or they didn't buy enough, or something happened where for the last 6 months their onion prices has just gone, like I said, $100 an onion for kilos of onions.
Dang. All right, folks, I'm going to shut it down. I got 17 orders to fill from the weekend, and I got the pool guy coming to put a new pump on my pool. So, yeah,
All right, Todd.
we'll be on Tom's show tomorrow. Thanks for coming in, Tom, and 24K.
Yeah, thanks. 24K.
Yeah. We'll see y'all tomorrow on the Queen City Pickers channel. Be there or be square.
Bye, Todd.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Bye, 24K.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.